Good. Masculine pose. Welcome to the channel. Uh, Show your love, subscribe, like, post, all that good stuff to get the word out. Okay. One of the problems that I see that's going on in the society right now, and it's not really a problem, but it's an indicator of what's going to happen, is that there's a lot of podcasts and men coming up and defending themselves. For the most part, men are silent when fighting against women. Women tend to be dominant in the verbal battle. When it comes to talking, women win for the most part. Men usually are silent. And now they've been silent for so long against the divorce laws, the no fault divorce laws. They've been silent for that against unfair child support. They've been silent for that for the longest time. They've been silenced against being portrayed as deadbeat fathers. They've been silenced. Now men are they have the facts in their hands, the statistics and everything else, and they're talking back. And they're talking back. Now within that I see a vitriol towards women because women are not helping themselves. Women are saying why they should not be dated. They should not be married because women are like demands way up to here, like crazy demands. So on one hand, if you're a young man coming up and you grew up with this idea that you're supposed to get married and so forth, the woman is not selling herself for marriage because most of the indicators that we have are not there or nurturing. She talks loud and crazy. The things that you should expect organically, like cooking and cleaning. Oh my goodness, you just said a cuss word now. You know, Submission. Oh, that's crazy. But you have to be on. You got to tick all the boxes. You got to tick all the boxes for you to succeed in the dating game against a woman that does not want to meet you where you desire her to be. And you cannot even desire her to be anywhere. She has to be independent within the relationship. So what does that mean? Okay. I believe that it causes several other problems. And this talk was triggered by a woman that said maybe single mothers should hook up with other single mothers and we could just hang out. So basically meet their own needs because they feel like the women are not meeting, the women feel like the men are not meeting their needs. And the reason why this is because men are just holding the standards now. I'm not going to marry somebody who does not do this and that, who's got children by somebody else. So women are responding by saying maybe women can do that. Now, what does that mean as far as society goes? Okay, this is where it gets really ugly. We've been had for a long time DL brothers. Dudes be like, yeah, he's on the DL type of thing. Now, not to justify any cause and effect, but everything occurs for a reason. Now, of course, it doesn't help that the celebrity culture, most of these male celebrities we see as masculine, it turns out that they were getting with transgenders and so forth, and they were hiding it. Excuse me. One example is the basketball player, the retired basketball player. He was busy living this double life, and he got exposed. I forgot his name. But the point is that when there's no accountability, males operate with logic. Okay, healthy males operate with logic, and they'll put it forth to the women. Women, we're not marrying y'all because you're doing this, and that's actually a cry for help when men are doing that. They're talking back for the first time. Before they were just silent. They're putting forth all these arguments, point for point for point, and women react with, "Y'all dirt beat, you dusty, you're musty, crusty, whatever it is." So instead of the women, hearing the logic that the men are putting forth, they hold to themselves. Now, men, because for the first time they got a voice and they're awake, and there's a lot of podcasts that are popping up, they be like, you know what, I will not need to deal with that. And unfortunately, they don't need to go too far to be reminded that that behavior is very present, very now. It's not like a random occurrence or a figment of the imagination that just occurred. It's every day on TikTok. Some woman is acting outside what you would consider a wife, worse than. And on top of that, she sees you as less than her. She doing all the fans, she twerking, and she's like, "Oh, niggas are dusty, niggas are this," and type of thing. So what does that cause? Men, when they start to understand each other, and they confine to themselves. And women will say, "Well, we know we don't take accountability." They won't say that, but they get together. You're gonna have a lot of same-sex relationships. Now, the gay people don't, need to come after me and so forth, and says, "Oh, is there a problem?" No, that's not the issue. The issue is that when men are understanding towards each other, it's going to cause this. Just like the AI girlfriend I talked about, it's going to be a cause and effect reaction, not somebody who's just naturally believes that they have been that. If y'all believe that, um, in that sense, and says, I've always been gay and type of thing. But there's a lot of people are DL now, they're going to swing towards just being completely that. Men will be going for men more because men are understanding each other. I was speaking to a friend of mine. He was a business partner in the past, and he's Vietnamese. He's a male, and he told me, "Look, it's a lot easier for me to get along with guys." And he's been the straightest dude. We got a daughter he can't see. He hasn't seen his daughter since she was born, and he told me, "Look, I'd rather deal with guys." And he was not talking from a sexual point. He was speaking from a just like interaction. Guys, we understand and we empathize with each other. We understand the struggles. When I walk down the street and I see a man doing DoorDash or Uber or whatever it is, I respect him because I understand what it takes to do that. I could be higher up, as far as position goes in life, but I respect him. I could be making way more money than him, but I respect the struggle. Women will look down on that. So men start to get with men more. Now, I know this is not the same, but in the jail cell, when you got all males, they will exercise those things, maybe by force to some extent, but maybe just of longing. But now, when you feel like the woman is insufferable, you are going to do what it is that works for you. I'm going to talk about righteous or unrighteous or anything like that, but you're going to do what you do. So you're going to have a lot more lesbian relationships and you have a lot more gay relationships. It's just going to happen. It's going to build up way more, because it seems like these two groups, and somebody's manufactured these things. They benefit from this thing. Eventually, there's going to be a small group of people that says, hey, let's preserve family values. Let's preserve righteous relationships. Let's preserve marriage because it's the only healthy way to bring up a child. We know that. And then there's going to be that. But that'll be a small group because the majority of females I see out there, they don't make it worth the while for a man to dream of marriage. And the laws don't favor that. We know that. And women don't even care to change that. Because women, when they want something done, they're definitely very vocal. So I'm seeing a lot of guys really be comfortable with being DL or gay. And I believe that. And these are guys who I knew to be straight. So I feel like there is a push towards that. And it's going to happen because of a lack of understanding, a lack of affection, loneliness. That's going to be produced in men because unfortunately it seems that, because if you look at, no offense, but if you look at the male relationship marriages, the divorce rates is lower. Female relationship marriages, lesbian marriages, the divorce rate is higher. So men, when they get together, it's like they're like cool. I myself, I'm a straight person and I stand for that. But I'm just saying that this push that's occurring, it's about to get really bad. Yes, of course, there's going to be AI things, but the male to male relationship will definitely increase on a large scale, on a global scale. All right, peace, love, and blessings.